So then it goes along, the Saturn return would have been in 75, and 75 for a Saturn return, you don't say anything. This guy is married, it's before before she was pregnant, but then it's going into his 12th house down to his ascendant. So in this period, of Saturn going into the 12th house after the Saturn return and going down to the ascendant, which would have been 77, 78, his son is born. Okay. So even by the time his son is born in 81, his son born? Sorry. Born in 77. Yeah, so he's born, okay. His son was born just as Saturn, his ascendant. Okay, so he's married, he's got his business, son's born, Saturn is ascendant. He has an identity crisis. He's not relating, he's feeling, he's been pulled, like he's had something it wasn't comfortable for him. He's used to dealing with power, not personal things. So that Leo, my kid, and what has to be done around that, that was a difficult adjustment to Saturn on the ascendant. So that's, I have to move it because I have my screen, okay, 77. So then, no, what's happened here? 72 is married. But by 72 he's married. By 77, yeah. And then she had, by 81, he has another child. So, okay. And then he has a grand opening at Trump Tower in 83. Okay, so this is his first marriage. The kid's coming along. Second kid comes in. 82, Saturn squares Saturn. Hits the IC in 85. Now that IC is the beginning too. It's opposed the mid of its low point, supposedly. 85, 83 is the grand opening of Trump Tower. 84, Ivana gives birth to Eric Trump, the son's born, and then, yeah. So after his Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump. So after his second son is born, just before The Art of the Deal is published, and Trump the Game comes out in 89, 87, 89. This was Saturn on a low point. He's got the three kids. He's got the home. 85. But by the time the three kids are there, his energy and his work's at home. But he's trying to build up his business. His son's up in the 10th house. So it goes from that IC down to oppose his son. So 87 is opposing his son. And in 87, after his son's born, he starts Trump, The Art of the Deal. He publishes his book. At his worst time, Saturn's conjunct his moon, there's pressure on the home, there's doing these, it's opposing his son. He publishes a book that becomes a bestseller. The Art of the Deal. That's an interesting accomplishment, that it's happening at that opposite point. But it's opposite to the sun, not to the moon. So probably having the kid and having things pushed him to have to find his importance from the book as his home and as the book as it just it squeezed it out of him. By 89, okay, by 89 the Saturn is opposition. It's past the opposition to the sun, and he's in the 5th house, and he starts Trump the Game as mass produced. I have no idea what that is. It must be a game, board game. But by 1990, he's 900 million in debt, is facing bankruptcy. So 1990, where are we here? 1990, Saturn opposed Saturn is midlife. 1990 in his mid-40s. He's suddenly 90 million in debt. But now, that didn't happen overnight. It has to come from how much he paid to write his book, to take care of the family, to write the book, to promote it, the game, to build up. He put the attention on his personal things. Big achievements, nothing talking about the business and things. So he's running the business, he's doing the other things, but it was mismanaged, it was wrongly run, as Saturn was run through this. So by the time we get up there, it's 90 million in debt. 900 million in debt and facing bankruptcy. So by the time we get 94, it hits the descendant. But as that happens, 3 casinos go bankrupt in 92. That's still in the Saturn in the 6th house. Opposing When it opposes a Saturn, it opposes his Venus as well, so the tightness would have come in around the money. Going through the sixth house, going to be opposing his Mars. The casino's break. He divorces by 92. The casinos go and the divorce goes all at once, 92. By 93, Saturn's touching his descendant. He gets married again. Marries Marla Maples. And 93, she gives birth to Tiffany. So who knows whether it was forced or not forced, whether she got pregnant, he had to get married, or what happened. But anyways, that came in, the commitment came in on the descendant. So the first relationship came in below the horizon and built up. But the big losses was, it came 3 years after Saturn hit his sun, but it took that long to catch up to him. It had been building for a long time. He just figured it would keep breaking. When it didn't, boom, it caught up, caught the 3 buildings, caught his marriage. Changed. Then he's starting a new marriage. Because he has a new marriage, new kid, and all the old marriage, he has the extended family now. He has the past of the moon opposing the sun and Uranus. It's the new marriage. How is the new marriage ever going to be as important as the first with the 3 kids? And how much of the 3 kids expect to have some of his legacy and his money? So, okay. By 95, he turns his hotels and casino resorts, goes public, puts it on the stock market. So that's as Saturn's going above the horizon with the new marriage. Saturn squaring the sun, he makes it go public. So by 99, Saturn just finishing, Saturn's coming up to the midheaven, but not quite in the 9th house. It's he gets divorced again. So she has the kid. He's getting the business going. He leaves her behind, or has to take care of her. He has another extended family. Then his father passes away. And then he found at the same time, this is all in the same year, 99, divorce, his father passes away, and he founds the Trump Model Management that's taking over the beauty contests around the world and things like that. So he started that company 99, and he started identifying with the Reform Party 99. By 2000, let's see, what's this, where are we here? 2000, Saturn's on his midheaven, and in that period from 2000 to 2001, he's identifying with the Reform Party. In 2001, that's 99. 2001, he's identifying the Reform Party with Saturn on the midheaven. By the time when Saturn gets up to conjunct his sun in 2002, 2003, he's still identifying with the Democratic Party apparently. And then by 2004, just after the conjunction of the sun, and a Saturn return, second Saturn return, he starts. Where is it? He becomes the host of The Apprentice, 2004. Then the grand opening of Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago, 2009, and that parallel 2009 was Saturn went over ascendant just before that. 2009 squaring his sun, it's going down below the horizon. And at 2011, it identifies with the Independent Party, and by 12, identifies with the Republican Party again. Okay, 1 second. Crazy. He marries and has a baby with Melania. Yeah, in 2006. So 2006. Where are we going? I just jumped out. Oh yeah, because I jumped out to the other ring. 7, 5, 07, 06, 07. So he's married by Saturn. He was married on the descendant, married again on the ascendant, married, and then in 2005 he married the Slovenian model Melania Cross. Yeah. So then she gives birth in 2006. So that's over Saturn, over the ascendant. He's feeling insecure, wants someone to be there. Then he puts up the tower. 2009, 2012. Saturn hits his IC on 2014. That's the point I want to see. This one slows down. This one doesn't go any further. Okay. So by 2015, which is just after Saturn hits the IC, 2015, he identifies the Republican Party again and starts to run for his campaign. And he gets elected just as Saturn's opposing his sun. It's totally unthinkable. That's why most astrologers were wrong in predicting it. How could he get elected with Saturn opposing his sun? Everything's against him. It was a puzzle. I didn't make a prediction on that one, but at the same time, I would have thought, my first glances at it when I looked at the transit, that I thought, no, how would he get in? His chart's a little more extreme. We're going to try and look at this one, but then but 2020 is coming up with Saturn opposing the sun. The Saturn opposing Saturn. So the sun, Saturn, 2020, next year, election year. And then it's building up through the sixth house, not really affecting everything. It's his descendant in 2023. Okay, so by 2023, that's 5 years from now. So he's 77, 78, and supposedly going above his horizon. Okay, so this is all his personal growth. He's become president when he's been going through personal growth. His real story is his personal story, not so much about the rest. This is the contradiction, but he is the contrary person. The sun, he's born on full moon, on the eclipse. There's Uranus in there. It's unexpected, disruptive things. Just when he never thought he'd get in, which is practical thinking, he ends up getting in because the other parties fall apart. But they fell apart from questionables, from being attacked by emails being leaked, by different, I mean, there was a big subterfuge campaign. This is where they saw the alignment with Russia, different things coming in that took out the Clinton campaign. And Bernie Sanders split the party too. So these were puzzles of the time. I'm not trying to solve the politics. I'm just looking at his chart, and something's got our attention. It's a little weird here. But he did get elected with the Saturn, just after Saturn opposed the sun. It came in just as he was elected 2016. So when he took inaugurated, he was inaugurated in that next month. Saturn was opposing the sun, and the whole year followed. The first year, he wasn't happy. He was far away. He didn't have his freedoms. His Saturn, family, all these things, problems were coming up, telling him how he had to be. Now he got past that. Now he's building up again. He survived that low point. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at the eight-year graph, which is more contemporary, more immediate. Last 4 years, next 4 years. So he got elected in November in 2014. He took over in January of 2015. He took over January 15.